Hi, hello, good morning. Good morning. Hi. I know. I said I was not going live in October. I told you I was taking a vacation. Um, but I miss you guys. And I want to talk about homecoming. I'm not ready for it to be over. The party's not over. So we're gonna just bring it over here. So good morning. Good morning. Hello, Elaine. Hello, H. Chafin. Hello, Danielle. Hello, Gills. Gills Gap Girl. Hello, Renee. Hello, Eugenia, Katrina, NW, Lynette, Simply Living. Hi, guys. Hey, Just Fatima, Sabrina, Lisa, Sandra, Abba. Hello, Rise Up and Bloom. That's Tony. Hi, Angela, Sabrina. Okay. Hi, guys. Hi, Mom. Hello, Savvy Soldier, Cecil, Brenda. Hey, Mama Lynn. Hello, Comfort. Eye washing. Hi, guys. Okay. Hi, guys. Good morning. All right, so I just want to talk about homecoming. Like, seriously, I want to talk about homecoming. I just want to hear if you had a session or a speaker who showed you something, right? Showed you a new way or introduced you to a new thing, a new way of thinking about things, a new way to plan your sabbatical or your move abroad or your exodus, right? If that happened for you during homecoming, share it. That's all. That's all we're going to do today. I had some eye openers. I had a couple of big eye openers myself, even though like Rashida and I picked the speakers and Rashida and I like pre-interviewed the speakers. Like we knew what they were there to share, and even still I learned stuff. Even still I had some epiphanies last year. I'll tell you while you're getting your thoughts together to share in the chat, because I do mean it. I mean, please share. What last year it was when I talked to Asia Rutledge about world schooling her son. Asia was talking about how she's I kept sticking to the idea that he needed to be in a desk, in a chair from eight to two, right? 8 to 3 or whatever. That his education was going to happen in front of at a desk, even if that desk was in Mexico, right? During some school hours and then Asia was like, no, we didn't come here to recreate that life here in Mexico, right? We came here to do things a new way. And you can see, like I've rewatched that, and you can see on the video, right? You can see right? Yeah, new way. This is a new way. You are in charge of how you school your kid. Oh, right. I had that epiphany, which has informed a lot of my own, like the way that I help other women going forward, right? I say this now. We are not recreating your US life in Mexico or Portugal or Costa Rica or France or whatever. This is about starting things over. And this year, the first aha was from Martise. Now, Martise's session on day one is fire from start to finish. But so please, if you haven't watched it yet, don't judge the book by its cover. Don't judge it by the quality of the video. I was in an Airbnb in Atlantic City, and I had terrible internet during Martise's session, right? During the night before when we did the kickoff and the morning when we did the coffee chat, no problem. But during Martise and I think everybody's session that day, terrible internet, okay? So don't judge it by that. You may not be able to see Martise's face. You may you may not be able to make out who is Martise and who is Rashida. I don't know. It was bad. The video actually is bad, but the content was amazing. Martise broke it down for me, right? She went to Mexico. Martise took a sabbatical. I'm gonna spoil a lot of stuff, okay? But you still should watch it. Martise took a sabbatical to Mexico, and and started out with some luxury living, right? She was not staying in $15 a night dorm room hostels, right? And her plan was to live the elevated lifestyle that she wanted to be able to walk into, right? Start off the sabbatical with a lifestyle that she wanted to be able to carry over. And I've recently started making that change myself, right? I've recently said I don't want to be the $1,200 a month traveler or liver anymore, right? I'm ready to embrace the things that I deserve, right? I had to travel on $1,200 a month for that sabbatical, or I wouldn't have been able to go for 12 months, right? I had $14,000. That's what I had. I had 14K. I wanted it to last 12 months, so I had to travel on $1,200 a month. I don't have to do that anymore. And it's okay for Black women to embrace more in life, right? Embrace more. I've already jettisoned doing laundry most of the time, except now that I'm back in my parents' house, I guess I'm gonna have to do laundry because my mom, listen, Connie Perry, good morning. Connie Perry, if she puts your stuff in the dryer, it disappears. I don't know what be happening to your stuff. So, so now I'm gonna have to go back to doing laundry because I don't even know how to get laundry service here in Delaware, right? But I've taken on what Martise said. I've taken it to heart, right? That it's okay to embrace more, right? And she used her sabbatical to set her up for that. She used her sabbatical with going to Mexico, going to a place where you can live better on less, as Kenya Imani says, where you can live better on less. She embraced that, and that was one of the first lessons, right? One of the first major takeaways for me, a long-term traveler and a very experienced long-term traveler. That was a very good lesson for me. Yeah. All right. Janelle. Janelle says, in the European regional travel panel, I thought of France, but said it's too expensive. However, based on the panel, I would need to be a little more fearless and just embrace the unknown. Latrice, in that panel, so we watched, if you weren't at the summit, we had live sessions, and then we rewatched some of 2020 sessions because they were so good, right? Because one of the reasons I kept saying, I don't know if we're going to do an Exodus Summit in 2021 is that the sessions from 2020 were so good and so helpful and still relevant. So we rewatched some of those sessions, including the European travel panel. And didn't Latrice make France seem so interesting, right? So good. So she talked about how more budget friendly it is than you think. She said, even in the center of Paris, you could get a studio or a one bedroom. I can't remember the dollar figure, but I remember being like, really? Paris? Right? So we learned a lot of places are a bit more budget friendly than we knew. Listen, this is the first winter, y'all, since I wrote down 2018, but it's actually 2017. 2017 is the last time I did not spend winter in Mexico, at least a portion of the winter in Mexico. This winter, I don't think I'm gonna get to Mexico, y'all. I don't think so. The Caribbean is calling me. Janelle learned France was reasonably priced. I learned how the Caribbean can be more reasonably priced than I thought, right? I'm not saying you can live in the Caribbean on the same money you can live in Mexico. But I'm telling y'all, Curacao is calling my name. I learned that this weekend from Barbados, Danny in Barbados, and Zoe in Grenada. Both of them talked about how get out of the tourist area, and we're not talking even San Francisco money, because I thought they were going to be like, oh yeah, it's comparable to like San Francisco or London. So I started looking after their sessions. I did some looking, and Airbnb was like, yeah, come on down. So I think I'm gonna be in the Caribbean. The Caribbean is calling me, Lisa. It's calling me. Also, when they talked about being in Black places. So when you're a Black woman in the United States and you start saying, I'm looking to leave the United States for my own peace of mind, people say, oh, you got to go to Africa. But there are some things that I need that I'm not going to be able to get in like Ghana or like Kenya, right? I need to be able to get back to Delaware quickly, right? Within 12 hours, I hope, right? If something happens, I need to be able to get back to my mom and dad in 12 hours. And I need to be able to live on a reasonable budget. I'm going to say probably $2,500 or $2,500 a month. And I need to be able to not have to pay my rent in advance. I don't want to go to a place where I need to pay them 12 months rent to be able to move into an apartment. And I need reliable electricity and internet. I have to work. I don't have a job, but I help you guys. I do this. I have coaching clients and coaching programs and YouTube channels, and I have stuff to do. So I need these things that I don't know that I'm going to get right now in Africa. But that doesn't mean that we can't go to Black countries. And I tell you, the Caribbean, I was introduced to the Caribbean this weekend. I promise you, I had not considered it. I had not considered it. Even though I knew I was willing to step up my budget a little bit from the $1,200 a month, I'm willing to double that. I had not been considering the Caribbean, but I know now how much more affordable it is than I thought, right? Angela, the US exchange rate makes living in the Caribbean very affordable. So that's something I haven't even looked at, right? I haven't even looked at the dollar to whatever their money is in like Curacao. I don't even know what the Curacao money is. I don't know. I haven't looked at that yet, but that's an important point. Yeah, yeah, Miss Katrina, it's kind of my job. So a job has set hours. I distinguish a job and not a job by having a boss and having set hours. I have set hours, and I guess I am my own boss. I am the boss. So I guess I do kind of have a job, but it's a job that if I say I'm not working this month, I'm not working this month, right? Yeah, yeah. So we talked a lot about what was setting your own priorities for your own exodus, setting your own priorities, right? Seriously, when I went to Asia, I knew that my parents were fine, right? And my brother and sister-in-law lived very close by. Things have changed now. And so I need to be able to get back faster. That's more of a concern. It's higher up on my priority list than it was when I went to Asia. When I went to Asia, I was like, they all right. They're gonna be all right. Now I need to be the point. I need to be the person who can get back. I need to be here. There's no one here now that's going to help if something goes down. So, boom. That's now my priorities have shifted, right? The budget portion is further down on the list and is a little bigger. And the fast flights, the convenient flight back to the US, back to either, the good thing is I can fly into New York or Baltimore or Philly and be home in a quick amount of time. So yeah, we talked a lot about determining your own priorities for yourself. These ladies, these speakers were kind enough to open up their plans to us. But the point was not for you to take their plan, because their plan is not going to work for you. You're not them. It's not going to work for you. But I hope that we were able to see how they solve their problems creatively and then put that into practice for ourselves. Hi, Jacofi. What are your recommendations for regular preventative health care? Do it in your country. They have their doctors, English speaking doctors, wherever you're going to go. And you're probably going to be able to afford, if you're there on a residency permit, you're probably going to be able to afford insurance at a reasonable price. $1,200 per year is a number that I hear in several countries: Portugal, Mexico, even less in France. Like France is more socialist than we even know. Yeah. So Tiffany is in France on a student visa, and they're like, okay, time for you to sign up for Social Security, which is their healthcare, their national system, right? So it's not Social Security like get a Social Security check, but it's Social Security like now you're under our national umbrella. She's been a student there for 3 months, or not even, she hasn't even been there for 3 months. Yeah. So different countries have different benefits, right, to being a resident or sometimes a tourist. Truth be told, there are places, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure in Panama, tourists are covered under their national healthcare system. I think. Somebody tell us in the chat if I'm wrong. And so my recommendation is get it where you are. You know, I house sit for retirees all over the world, and they get healthcare where they are. It's cheaper, it's easier, it's more convenient, all of that. Yeah, so get it done where you're going. Research it, find a place. If you're going, any place that you want to go, it's probably a place that's going to have some sort of expat directed healthcare, right? Some healthcare that is there for the expats. In Lake Chapala, hospitals are going up. Like there are hospitals and medical centers and doctors' offices being built. You can't drive around Lake Chapala without seeing the healthcare that they are building for the Americans, Canadians, and whoever who have moved down there. So that's my recommendation. FDM, yeah, I do too. When Zoe said she wanted to raise her kids in a majority Black country, I was like, oh yeah. You can do that. That's a thing. Yeah, and that's something that the Caribbean offers her and her family. And she said specifically she didn't want to go to, people were like, go to Ghana, or I forgot where people were recommending for her. And she was like, those places are not going to work for me, but the Caribbean does. And I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Barbados has great options. I looked, so I got on the Airbnb. I'm telling you, the summit wasn't even over yet, and I was on Airbnb like, where should I be going? And Curacao just looks so cute. Curacao looks so adorable. So y'all, I think that's where it's going to happen. I'm still open for house sits. So I'm still looking. If a house sit pops up somewhere that I really want, I'll take that and let that, I stay flexible, right? So I let that dictate things. If a house sit pops up that I love, I'll take it. But if not, I'll be in an Airbnb in Curacao. Catch me. You will find me there. Curacao, I think, is not that big, so if you're there too, we'll see each other. A.E. Sanchez, I was surprised about the Caribbean. Danny and Zoe made it sound so attractive. So I've pinned the link to watch the replays. Okay, so watch the replays at ExodusHomecoming.com. If you've already registered, you already paid, just go to ExodusHomecoming.com/login to get started. All right, watch them. They changed they changed things for me. They changed things for me. I was like, oh. Thanks for that. Danny's description of her day, I'm telling you, the jealousy was real. When she talked about her day, I'm spoiling a lot of things. She basically lives on a yoga retreat type place. He lives in a yoga retreat on a cliff overlooking the water with as private a beach as you're going to get in Barbados. She said, there are no actual private beaches, but because of the location of that beach, it's a pretty private beach. And she gets herself fresh fruit and fresh vegetables, and she's on about her day. And she gets water from a natural spring. She goes and takes her water bottle and fills it up in a natural spring. We need, okay? We deserve. We deserve. Yes, okay? Gypsy John, hey girl, my plan went from a 1-year sabbatical to a lifelong goal. I'm still working on it. It's going to take me a little while longer. Okay. Nobody takes one sabbatical. Okay? So whether you want to take a sabbatical now and then come back and plan something longer later, right? Or just hold off on this plan so that you can make it longer to begin with. Nobody takes one sabbatical. It doesn't happen. It does not happen. It doesn't happen. Okay? Because once you get a taste, there's no turning back. There's no turning back from my whole life, my whole adult life is about work. And my whole function in society is to produce. There's no turning back from, I can live a whole life. I can live a whole life in a place that's not toxic to me, with food that's not toxic to me, in a place that's not like a hamster wheel. I can get off of the hamster wheel and stay off, right? Yeah, no turning back, no turning back. I'm glad that you're considering it. There are two options though, John. You can go, you can pause your plan, not pause your plan now, but you can extend things now, right? So that you can be gone for good. Or you can just go now, right? And then come back and have more time to plan the long term. There are two routes. Neither one of them is, there are two routes to take it. Roseanne, I don't know what you're talking about. Yes. Hey, Mama Lynn. All right, so Mama Lynn is starting YouTube on sustainable transition and getting a place here to make a space for sisters interested in what to do in the meantime. I will be house sitting with my son. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for you guys to start house sitting together. Yeah, so Mama Lynn's video, we talked to Mama Lynn here on this channel just last month. It might have been 2 months ago. I don't really know. It was recently. We talked to Mama Lynn about sustainable living for Black women and about how you can live incorporate more sustainable practices into your life, even when you're living as a nomad. That was a really helpful talk. And we learned between Mama Lynn's talk and my interview on tiny housing, the tiny house movement, we learned that there are communities springing up for us, for Black women, where we can live in community with one another, intentional living communities, right? Where we can live in community with one another, share some of our resources, and thrive without, without having to be, separated, right? Where we can thrive in our own communities of Black women. So check, Mama Lynn gave info on how to contact her, which I think was Mama Lynn Tillman at gmail.com, right? But anyway, we'll find out. We'll get better info on how to keep in contact with Mama Lynn. All right. Savvy Soldier, there was not one bad session. It was fire. So we picked, last year, we had more than 40 sessions, more than 50 speakers. This year, it was much different. 9 speakers, 9 live sessions, plus the replays. And still just as impactful, right? Just as impactful. We don't want you to be overwhelmed with things. So I hope that you take some time and go back and rewatch the sessions that you weren't able to watch. But yeah, not a bad one in the bunch. Not a bad. You're going to learn from start to finish. You're going to learn. AZ, hey, AZ, I'll be in France on the 16th. AZ is bopping around, right? AZ has decided to semi-retire herself at a young age and is bopping around. Yeah, I missed the whole weekend. I'm going to catch up this weekend. Catch up, Catherine. Pick a couple. So we didn't name the sessions, the names of the sessions are just the names of our speakers, mostly. But you can get from just the first couple minutes of each session, you'll see what we're going to talk about. What things are conversations veer, but you can kind of see. So check them out, figure out which ones you want to watch first, prioritize them. Yeah, because it's a lot. It's still a long weekend. Danielle, I've had such a scarcity mindset most of my life. I'm letting go of that. This summit helped open my mind and find balance. Good. Yeah. So that don't beat yourself up about having had a scarcity mindset, right? That's America. That's America. Yeah. But the thing to remember is that, or the thing to celebrate is that you now realize it, right? You're now opening up to a different way of looking at things, a different mindset. Yeah. I mean, that scarcity mindset is built into the system, right? It's built into the foundations of this nation. It's so nice to let go of that, right? It's so nice to see another way. There are ways, right? There are other ways of doing things. There are other people who are out sharing information. Yeah. Don't beat yourself up. That's what I want to say about it. NW, we have a friend in Abu Dhabi. She's been there for, I think, at least 6 years, and none of us have gone to visit, but say we will every time she comes. Yes. Okay. So if you're going someplace, I think I said this in the J Freedom session, right? We rewatched J Freedom's session. We had a watch party for hers from last year. And I said, yeah, whenever I hear people talking about, we're going to move and we're going to get a 2-bedroom or we're going to get a 3-bedroom because our people are going to want to come visit us. I'm like, they ain't coming. They're not coming. They're not coming. Get what you need. If they come, you can put them in an Airbnb, put them in a hotel or whatever. Don't get extra space just because you think they're going to come. They're not coming. During our session last year, we talked to Marilyn, I'm going to get it, Marilyn Shane, who lives in Abu Dhabi. And she's not a teacher, she's a school administrator in Abu Dhabi. And man, does she have a good life. Teachers in Abu Dhabi, in the Middle East, have a good life, which is strange because you think of teachers not making a whole lot of money and the Middle East being a very expensive region. You think those two would go together to mean they don't have a good life. But our 2 speakers from 2020 in the session on the Middle East are living well. Like they are doing the Martise, right? They are treating themselves. They are living the life of their dreams in the Middle East, right? Yeah. So if you we didn't rewatch that session during watch party, but that was another eye opener from last year, right? Yeah, the people who Black women are thriving around the globe. Okay, around the globe. Ludell, so I don't even know if there is a local laundry. Don't forget, I live in Dover, Delaware. This, this house, I'm in Dover, Delaware. So I don't know that I'm going to find a local laundry service, and definitely not with the delivery. Laundry is my favorite of the household chores, so I don't mind doing it. I like doing it, right? But I also like not doing it. I also like having that done, you know? Especially like during the planning of the summit or during busy times, during times when I have work to do, it's so nice to have things automatically just done. Time is a valuable resource or a valuable time is money. I hate to say it like that. I don't want to say that. I take that back. I don't like that expression, but buying, you can buy more hours in your day, I guess is what I'll say. You can buy more hours in your day by paying someone to do the stuff that is going to eat up your time that someone else can easily do for less than it would cost you in time, right? So my laundry in time costs me more than it costs to just have a lady do the laundry. That's what I'm starting to walk into as a business owner, right? As a business owner, I need to calculate what an hour of my time is really worth during the workday, and then get rid of all of those tasks that I'm doing that I could pay someone else to do for less money, right? So if an hour of my time is $120, let's say, then what am I doing in an hour that I could pay someone way less than $120 to do? This is not the talk you came for, but this is where I am as a business owner who has had a very good business year, right? I've had a good business year. I need to be ready to let go of some stuff. Some of you need to let go of some stuff as well. Not just as business owners, but just as women who want to embrace a different way of living, a different way of looking at things. Watch Martisa's session. I'm not kidding. Watch it. Okay, I'm not kidding. I always tell you, I have favorites. So last year I told Wanda's and Linda's, we rewatched those, Jay Freedom's. I think those were and Asia's, even though I don't have children, Asia's would be in my top 5. So yes, I'm ranking sessions, even though they were all very helpful. But those were sessions that personally shifted me, changed me. And this year, Martisa's session changed me, right? So watch it. I think it'll change you too, for the better. I think so. I think so. Okay, I'm not. Okay, so I saw a super chat and I didn't even acknowledge it. Let me go back. So, oh, AZ. Oh, hi. Oh, thanks for that super chat. Oh, but y'all don't start giving me super chat. I don't know. We got to figure out who to give it to. AZ, you can watch the replays by registering at ExodusHomecoming.com. Okay, ExodusHomecoming.com. If you're already registered, go to ExodusHomecoming.com/login to watch the replays. Let me put something on the screen so y'all see that. I copy and I paste. Okay, it's not too late. Okay, replays, ExodusHomecoming.com. If you're already registered, ExodusHomecoming.com/login. Log in. Watch them. Okay, watch them. I'm telling you, Martisa's session did change me. Tony's session I get a lot of, what about our 65 plus ladies? You should all watch Tony's session, okay? But if you're 65 and over, definitely watch Tony Denise's session. She was the last of the live interviews on Sunday. If you are considering moving abroad or like doing some, what's it called? Snowbird activities, living in one place during this season and another place during this season. If you're considering those things and you're on Social Security or you're on a budget, watch her session, okay? She's going to open up your eyes to how realistic and how possible these things are for you. Annabella, oh, you're welcome. Thank you for House Sitter School. You're welcome. Part of the bonus package that came with the accelerated program was House Sitter School. Okay. I'm not kidding when I tell you that house sitting will change your life. Okay. House sitting will mean that you can go anywhere for any amount of time and not have to pay for a place to stay. What's not great about it? So you're welcome. I'm glad that House Sitter School so we sent the bonuses out to everyone, and I can see, because the House Sitter School is on a platform called Gumroad that I use. I can see every time somebody watches or downloads it, and I kept getting notifications. I'm like, they're ready. Y'all are ready, right? Because we talked to Anne Marie, who actually she moved to Mexico. I'm spoiling everything, okay? Listen, Anne Marie moved to Mexico and is now just took a 1-month vacation to Italy with her girlfriends because she brought in a house sitter to stay in her home and take care of her adorable dog, right? We talked to Anne Marie about house sitting in that direction, and Tanisha and her daughter who are house sitters. Tanisha and her daughter who bopped to Mexico for a while and spent some time house sitting. I think the house sit was in the U.S. I may be confused. Tanisha might be here. The house sit I think that they did together was in the U.S., but they also have bopped to Mexico because Tanisha works remotely. So I'm glad to see that y'all are taking house sitting seriously. It's a real thing. Like, it's legit, okay? Let me drop my house sitter toolkit as well. If you didn't get the upgraded package, but you still want house sitter school, this is my new house sitter toolkit. In the new house sitter toolkit, there's a link to house sitter school. Yeah, that's the best way. housesit.vicarious.com/toolkit. housesit.vicarious.com/toolkit. Yeah, I could see the notifications. That and my YouTube download, I kept getting notifications. I'm like, okay, they're ready. They're on the move. Okay, we're not talking about sitting here and getting inspired and then tomorrow go about our business and forget everything. These women are ready to take some action. I'm glad to see it. All right. Let's see. Snowbird. Yeah, that's what they call them. Canadians are infamous for that. That's why house sitting is so popular in Canada, because a lot of Canadians leave Canada in the wintertime. They've had enough. So they snowbird. They go down south somewhere, Florida, Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama. They go south in the winter. They fly south in the winter just like the migratory birds do. And so it's called snowbird. Yeah. Tony Denise was incredible. I agree. I felt her whole journey, and I'm glad her son supported her on such a deep level. Tony is loved, honey. Tony is loved. I was like, I couldn't stop writing down. So I took notes during the sessions, and I took notes of who her team was, right? Who does Tony have on her side when she's starting feeling fearful and, afraid to make this big change? She had her sons, she had her neighbor, she had a girlfriend. Like, she had people who were like, let's go, Tony. And they weren't even going to Mexico, right? They weren't even moving to Mexico, but they were like, I want this for you. Her son said, you're living the life I have dreamed for you. I mean, how beautiful. How beautiful is that? Yeah, we think about parents having a dream for their children. We forget that children have a dream for their parents too. And he said to her, you're living the life I dreamed of for you. So don't miss it, okay? So yes, I have taught before the summit, when we talked about Tony's session, I say, Tony moved to Mexico on Social Security. And Tony's here. Tony is Rise Up and Bloom here. Hey, Tony. Tony's here, right? So I kind of build her session as moving to Mexico on Social Security, but it's beyond that. So yes, you should watch it if you're 65 and over and you're considering doing this. But yes, you should also just watch it. All of us watch it. Okay. I'm late. You're not late. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, everyone I haven't said good morning to. I have a spreadsheet of all the women in the chat room. What do I do with that? Yeah. Hi. Are you in the CJHRLH07? Please email us. hello@ExodUSSummit.com. Please email us and we'll let you know what to do. In which country was this group? So if you weren't there, During the summit, we had everybody come over to Zoom and break off into rooms where you could get accountability partners based on the country you were considering moving to. Or if you wanted to do some digital nomads stuff and bop around, we had a room for people who wanted to bop around, and we had a room for people who were undecided, you know. And so they got into groups and shared contact information so that they can form their own accountability groups separate from us. So email us, please, and we will give you the next instructions. Even if you're not the leader, we'll work on it. We can find someone who will lead the group if you don't want to lead the group. Hi, Lily. I was inspired by the summit, and my 2 daughters are inspired by my excitement. I'm retired, and they're business owners. We're leaving November 1st for Mexico for an infinite stay. I am 70. Congratulations, Lily. Yes, to you and your daughters taking action. Yes. All right. That's wonderful. Where in Mexico? Oh, you don't have to tell us, but if you want to tell us where in Mexico, you can let us know where. That's wonderful. Yeah. So some of this is just knowing that somebody like you has done it makes it much easier, much more realistic, right? You just need to see people doing it. It's a thing. It's a thing. That's why we talk about it. We don't, this is why I share what I'm doing and what I have done in the past, not so you can be like, oh, that's so wonderful. Congratulations. No, I'm sharing this information because I want you to know you can do it. Right? None of our women in our sessions had any advantage that you don't have. Everybody has a different skill set, and Anne-Marie may have an advantage. Anne-Marie knows how to get your coins from your employer before you go. Another session that changed the way I will conduct my business going forward. Right? So Anne-Marie knows how to get you a severance package. Anne-Marie, if your employer is not doing right by you, she knows how to make sure that you leave with your coins. Don't quit without your coins. That's another session that changed how I will move going forward, how I will coach women going forward. Yeah, but other than that, other than knowing how to get a severance, there was no advantages that these women have. All of them did basically the same thing. They expressed interest in doing something by coming to Exodus Summit last year. All of the women who were speakers this year attended Exodus Summit last year. They all came to Exodus Summit. They all got a community of people around them, some through group coaching, some through Rashida Dow's From Burnout to Bliss group coaching, which is open now for new registrants. Right? 2 of our women got support through From Burnout to Bliss to make this change. That was their community. Tony had her own cheering section, right? All of these women gathered up a community of people to help them, to encourage and support them, and also to just help them take the next step when they were scared, right? So they all expressed interest in doing something. They gathered up a community of people around them, and then they took a step, right? And then the next step, and then the next step. None of them had some sort of nobody had a magical trip planning fairy who planned things for them. None of them had a trust fund. Nobody said, here's how much I had in my trust fund when I left. None of that, right? No advantage over you. No advantage over you, over me, over us. I don't have any advantages. I don't. I get to live my dreams, and I don't have anything that you don't have. Except, I have to always say that, except I have parents who will let me live with them whenever, just walk in the door and be like, I'm home. And they're like, okay, that is the significant advantage. But other than that, right? These are regular women, normal women who are living their dreams because they expressed interest in doing something, right? And then they've gathered a community of people around them to support them in doing that thing. And then they took an action, okay? So that's it. In 3 sentences, that is what Exodus Homecoming 2021 was about. That is what we learned. Hello, the Prayer Princess. First time live. Hello, welcome. I want to purchase the YouTube video on how to set up YouTube marketing. I think I wrote the link incorrectly. I'm glad you brought this up because I'm going to run a YouTube challenge. So I'm gonna give you the link in just a second, but I'm gonna tell the story first. I had told you all that after the summit this year, I was doing nothing in the fourth quarter. Nothing. No coaching, nothing in the fourth quarter. And I was going to take it easy and chill because last year after the summit, I was wiped out. But it's different. I feel different this year. I feel energized. The summit was a lot shorter. And I think I was sick last year. I don't feel sick. And so I'm actually going to run a YouTube 5-day challenge for Black women who want to either start a YouTube channel or just grow their YouTube channel. Wait a minute, I clicked on something. Hold on, did I lose you guys? No, you're still here. Okay, so I'm running a 5-day challenge starting October 18th. This is the first time I've announced it. Surprise. Yeah, I'm going to run a 5-day YouTube challenge called YouTube Success 5-Day Challenge. Let me give you the link. It's at vicarious.com/challenge. For women, whether your channel is brand new or not new but stagnant, just not growing, not bringing you clients. If your channel is supposed to bring you clients and it's not bringing you clients, I'm running this challenge. I think it's at $27, might be $37. I just set it up yesterday on the thing. $27 or $37. I think if you have something to say, you should be on YouTube. I think if you provide a product or service, you should be on YouTube. You're here because of YouTube. So YouTube has changed things for you, right? YouTube has changed your life because I have a YouTube channel. I don't feel like it's exaggerating to say that. My YouTube channel has changed lives. I feel fine with saying that, right? You found my YouTube channel, and then from there, a lot of you found the summit and the speakers who have changed everything for you. I think that's not an exaggeration. So I think if you have something to say, if you provide a service to people or a product to people, I think you should be on YouTube. If you're already on YouTube and your channel is not doing anything for you, join the challenge. If you're not on YouTube yet and you want to get started on YouTube, join the challenge, okay? 5-day challenge. We're going to meet 3 o'clock Eastern every day for 5 days, October 18th through 22nd. We're going to meet 1 hour a day for 5 days. I have a YouTube. If you're not a challenge person and you don't want to do the challenge, I have a Get Found on YouTube. I'm going to have to type this out because I don't think I have it written down. Vicarious.com. I have a masterclass called Get Found on YouTube. Vicarious.com/getfound. Okay, so if you don't want to join the challenge, you don't want to make friends, because challenges are not just about the course or the steps that we're going to take during those 5 days. It's also about the community that you will build. I love a challenge. A lot of you guys have been in challenges with me. I love challenges, right? I love a challenge because you come away with the skill. You come away with something completed, something done in 5 days that wasn't there before. And you come away with a sisterhood. You come away with a community, right? So, but if you just refuse, you don't want to do the challenge, get the Get Found on YouTube masterclass, vicarious.com/getfound. Okay. The challenge is going to cover a portion of the masterclass. Yeah. So the masterclass actually is, yeah, okay, whatever. The challenge is covering, the challenge is covering, yeah, I'm going to say a portion of the masterclass, but the challenge is going to be, you're going to be able to get my feedback, right? And the feedback of the other women in the community, and you're going to get the community, okay? So vicarious.com/challenge to sign up for the YouTube challenge is starting in October. Okay, so, okay, good. But your question was how to get the Get Found masterclass. That's where the masterclass is. Vicarious.com/getfound is the masterclass. And then after the challenge, something else I said I wasn't going to do. So I have a YouTube mastermind that I run that's 4 months long. And I said I wasn't going to run that again. I'm not going to run that again this year. But I am going to instead transform that into a do it at your own pace membership, right? It's going to be something that you can do it at instead of we meet every other week for 16 weeks, you're going to be able to do things at your own pace. It's only going to be open to people who have either taken the challenge or have done the get Found on YouTube Masterclass. It's not going to be open to everyone. So that's what's happening. Okay, so that's what's happening. I think, listen, I can't tell you enough. This YouTube channel is 2 years old. Like, I launched this channel June of 2019. I had 26 subscribers from then, right? Because, YouTube. I had actually had a YouTube channel since, I don't know, 2010. And I just put up, like, I have a couple hair videos, a couple weight loss videos. But this channel, as it exists today, launched June of 2019. 71,000 subscribers. Hey, y'all. Can you believe that? 71,000 subscribers. And it's how I know I can go to Curacao for the winter, right? I live off of what business my YouTube channel brings me. My YouTube channel pays me, first of all, so there are ads on the videos, and that pays me. I say white men pay me to help Black women because that's what's happening. Those ads are from corporate sponsors or whatever, not sponsors, but from corporate entities who want to advertise to you. And I'm like, sure, advertise to them, pay me. Okay? Advertise on my channel, pay me. That's how YouTube works. So most of I'm gonna tell you, I make between 72,000. Thanks, Rashida. Yeah, so this year I've made $3,000 to $6,000 every month just from YouTube ad revenue on my 2-year-old YouTube channel. $3,000 to $6,000 every month from February to September. January was $280, right? Maybe $280, right? But since my February takeoff, $3,000 to $6,000 every month just from YouTube ad revenue. I think you should be on YouTube. Okay? So yes, if you think you want to start a YouTube channel, yes. Okay? All you have to be willing to do is make a video during these 5 days. Make one video. Okay? If you're going to sit and learn and never put a video up, this challenge is not going to work for you. It's not even worth $27. If you're not willing to put a video up on YouTube, it's not worth $27. Now, if you're afraid today to put a video on YouTube, no problem. No problem. Everybody's afraid to put a video on YouTube. Everyone. Okay? So I'm not saying don't join the challenge if you're afraid. I'm saying don't join the challenge if you're not willing to put a video up. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Yes, it's calling, Rashida. It's calling. Yes, okay. So I'm telling you I talk money because money is a real thing. And there's no value. I'm no value more or less valuable of a person based on how much money my YouTube channel makes. Okay, I'm clear on that. I hope you're clear on that. Right? But I talk money because money is a real thing and it's a real way for people to understand what I'm saying. So yes, YouTube is bringing me $3,000 to $6,000 every month, but from YouTube ad revenue. But it's bringing me more money from House Sitter School, from ExodUS Homecoming, from one-on-one calls, from affiliate sales, more than that. So I think you should be on YouTube. There's no other way. I can't say it any other way. Yes, the Curacao is calling. I don't think Mexico stands a chance this year. I don't think there's a chance. I may go. So if you were in the summit, you may have heard that during the summit, Kat, who is maybe here, Rise Up and Bloom, and Yvonne, who is Yvonne McBride Lit, during the summit, they said, you know what? We want to plan a writing retreat. It's a retreat, not a workshop, in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. So there's a possibility that I will come to that. We'll see. I want to, but I need to figure out how to get from Delaware to San Miguel to Curacao with as few COVID tests as possible, because Lord have mercy, I don't know if I can take too many. I've only taken one COVID test. I had to take a nap after. I don't know how many I can stand. I don't know. I thought she was going to poke my eyeballs out. I don't know. So I got to figure that out. Okay, I got to figure that out. If you have no clue, come. Yes, this is something I'm good at, Terry Lynn. I am good at figuring out your niche. If you don't want to call it niche, we'll call it subject matter or whatever. I'm good at that. Okay, yes to that. You can be starting at 0 and come to the challenge, or you could be at a 2 or 3. If whether you have nothing yet or you have ideas yet already, or you have a channel already, but it's just not growing. Come to the challenge. Come to the challenge. We're going to have a good time. And we're going to create something that didn't exist before the challenge started and give you the path to continue to keep going. Okay? Yeah. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. You can do it. You can do it. Y'all have seen me. I don't have any technical skill. I'm recording on my laptop and my iPhone 7 Plus. I have an iPhone 7 Plus. I record videos on my iPhone 7 Plus. Yes, okay. You've seen me. I don't know how to share my screen on this particular thing. I don't know. You've seen me try and fail. The most I can do is put a comment on the screen. That's it. I don't have technical abilities. I think YouTube is calling you. YouTube is calling you. It's just you have to be all you need to be able to be successful in this 5-day challenge is the willingness to be able to put a video up even when you're afraid. You're going to be afraid. Everyone is. Everyone is afraid to push upload or push. I guess uploading it is okay, but it's making it public. Everyone's afraid to do that. So if you're willing to take some action even when you're afraid, please, I hope you'll be there. All right, so I think that I have told you iPhone 6 Plus. Yes, I think this might be the year. So I've seen the 13. So what I was considering is getting the Canon G7 Mark III, right? It's a vlogger camera that vloggers love to use, YouTubers love to use. The difference between using like a laptop or a phone and and an actual camera is that it blurs the background a little bit. You get that bokeh, right? The blurred background. Not everything is in focus. I want some stuff to be out of focus. You don't need to see the doors, right? So that's why I wanted to get the Canon G7. But now I think maybe it's just worth it to get the 13 because the price of because eventually I'm going to need a phone within the next few months anyway. My G7 you can't hear me. It's not a phone. I can't talk on the phone. I've never bought this phone refurbished even. And I've never been able to have a conversation on the phone. So I need the phone plus the camera. So I think it might be better just to buy the 13. Anybody? I think that might be the route I'm going to take. Have that camera. Yeah, I like the bokeh. I say it both ways because I don't know. To me, I would say bokeh because that's a prettier way. But I think it's bokeh. That's the camera that I have been eyeballing since, I don't know, since it came out, that version. I still haven't bought it. So that may mean I just need to get the iPhone because I don't want to have to learn how to use another camera. That's the whole thing. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll tell you. Whichever one I get, I'll tell you. You sign up for the challenge at vicarious.com/challenge. Come on over. Let me find it again. All right. I think you should be on YouTube. I have not been secretive about that. Bokeh. Well, Rosanna says bokeh. Okay, thank you. Bokeh. It should be bouquet. Because that's prettier. Francais, Grey Poupon, oui. All right. This is where you sign up for the YouTube challenge. Okay, according to y'all, there's going to be some people there. In my challenge that didn't even exist. Yeah, this time yesterday, it didn't exist, honestly. I took a one-on-one call yesterday. And I was like, here's what we need. I need to walk her through this. And I was like, oh, okay, let's do the challenge. Let's walk everyone through it. That's what happens. That's what happens when you are a business owner. I do want to give a shout out to the idea of being a business owner, which is something else that we kind of discussed during the summit. There is a ceiling to your income and your earnings in any job, unless you're a CEO. CEO earnings seem to have no ceiling. They have skyrocketed disproportionately. But unless you're the CEO of a company, your earnings, there is a ceiling to them. But I'm here to tell you, once you take your skills away from your employer and put them out into the world yourself, I think there's no ceiling. There's no way. Stephanie Perry, pharmacy technician. There's no promotion in the world that could get me to where I am just today, right? Take your skills out into the world, even if you do it in baby steps. I'm okay with that. You don't have to jump. You can do baby steps. But get your skill set, get clear on what your skill set is, what you have to offer, and then find a way to offer it without an employer, without that middleman. Yes, you get all the money. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's no ceiling to it. I think that Black women are uniquely uniquely qualified to take things out of a job and do them on our own because we've always had to, right? We have to be better in any way to even have a job. You have to be better at your thing. Excuse me. So we're better. We have to be better at tapping into our networks to get a job, right? Nothing is getting handed to you. You have to be able to, so you have a network of people who you can go back to. You have a track record of people who you can say, these are the results I can deliver. We naturally have side jobs, side hustles. We're the most likely, I think, in the country, to have to own our own business as well as work. And then we know we're the most educated in the country. So I think taking your skills on the road is the next step, right? It's the next step for Black women. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. You're welcome. I know it's a good point. I know it's a good point. Yeah, I think so. I really do, right? As a person who's only run a business for, let's say, 2 years. So I'll say when I started the YouTube channel, that's when House Sitter School started, and that's when, So I'm gonna go with 2 years, June of 2019. I see, right? There's no ceiling. If you're an artist or a creator, sometimes you don't take on the label of business owner, but you're a business owner. Okay, so this is also you. If you're an artist, if you're a creator, there's no ceiling. There's no ceiling on your income, on your potential earnings, which means there's no ceiling on the life that you can live. That life of your dreams is there for you. It's out there for you. That's not what y'all came here today to talk about, but that it's out there for you. But I think we got to separate ourselves from our employers. That's what I think. Y'all know I am team quit your job. It's not a secret. Everything I've ever said, every word I've ever said has been leading to, I want you to quit your job. And I still want you to quit your job. Okay. So yes, you should not be surprised that I think YouTube is a route for you to quit your job. I want you to quit your job. I want you to live your dreams. Okay. So that's what's going to be going on around here for the fall. We're going to be talking YouTube things. So first we're going to do the challenge, and then I'm going to open up it's not really going to be the same mastermind. It's just going to be a more free form thing. I got to grasp it better. I got to get a better grasp of it. But there will be some group coaching, and there will be some course material for you to go through. But it's going to be less scheduled and regimented than it was when I ran it just recently. So that's what's happening this fall. And then I'm going to be talking a lot about house sitting this fall because I learned during the summit, y'all are all in. Y'all are ready to house sit. House sitting is there for you. It is, if you love your job and they treat you with respect, do it. Okay? Do it. I, I don't know too many people who are there. Okay? So you are a unicorn. Embrace that. Take full advantage. If you love it and they treat you with respect, third thing, you love it, they treat you with respect, and it encourages you to live a life in 360 degrees. You don't have to sacrifice other parts of your life to do it. Do it. You still need a break. Okay, so I'm not saying I'm still take a sabbatical. Everybody takes a sabbatical. Listen to Martise. Who were the people who went back to Letitia, right? Oh, Danny. They are doing work that they love. They still took a break. Still got to take a break. Yeah, those things are not mutually exclusive. Just because I dislike jobs doesn't mean that everyone who takes a sabbatical has to be someone who dislikes their job. Everyone who takes a career break. Hi, Annabella. Can the super chats be for you treating yourself? Well, I've been treating myself, child. I've been treating myself. I've been doing it. I learned. I am a quick learner. I am a good student. When Martise said, listen, I'm not kidding when I say that talk changed me. Okay? When Martise said the words that she said, I change things immediately. I've been treating myself. So no, I'm not gonna keep the super chat. So we'll give the super chat to Kat and um, Lord have mercy. I don't think either one of them are here this morning. We'll give the super chat to Kat and Yvonne, who are working on a way for Black women to come to Mexico in the winter, December 28th through January 4th. They have the dates. December 28th through January 4th, they're working on a writing retreat for Black women. So we'll give the money to them. It's not a retreat. It's not a workshop. I think it's just time for you to be in a quiet, semi-quiet place, as quiet as Mexico will get, with other Black women writers and write some things. So we'll give it to Yvonne and Kat. Thank you. So if you want to drop some super, it'll just be like, here, while you're planning this thing, this is lunch from the Vacarians or whatever. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll give it to them. Thank you. So the summit, my goal, I can't keep things. This is not something Rashida and I have announced, but my goal for the summit was to make more money from sponsors, from corporate sponsors, than from ticket sales. We didn't, because we couldn't get a major corporate sponsor this year. Everyone was crying poor. So I have a lot of ground to make up, because I want that to be, I want to look at the end of the year balance sheet and be like, I made more money from white men paying me to help Black women than I made from Black women. But y'all keep giving me money, so I gotta stop. So I gotta cut it off. You're cut off from giving me money. But if you want to give super chat money, we'll give it to Yvonne and Kat, just to thank them for having the idea and acting on the idea. Because literally, they were just listening to the session on San Miguel. I think it was Anne Marie's session when she was talking about how much she loves San Miguel. And Yvonne was like, I would love to do a retreat there. And now it exists. Something exists. The precursor to the retreat exists. The dates are set up, December 28th through January 4th. So we'll just give it to them. All right. Yeah. Lifetime access, no. Hi, Jones Paper Emporium. Does purchase of the accelerated program for Exodus Homecoming give lifetime access to the replay? My business partner, Rashida Dow, is an attorney who will not let me use the words lifetime access, because she says, whose lifetime? Lifetime access is not clear enough. So you've got a year, at least. It'll be probably more than a year. Rashida right now is like, don't say any more. 1 year is what is written written on paper. Keep it at 1 year, but a year or so, a year or more. Yes, okay. We want you to have access to these long enough to put them into practice, put them to use. But we also don't want you to feel like, oh, well, if I'm not going to do it for 10 years, no, like we have an ulterior motive for putting a year behind that. 1 year, get yourself out the door. We want it for you, okay? So 1 year is the answer. 1 year. Okay, Annabella, Lynette, no. Okay, thank you, friends. Thank you, but Super Chat will go to our girls, who are sometimes here, but they're busy. Shelly. Hi, thanks, Shelly. Okay, so thanks, friends, for that Super Chat. I'll pass it on to Kat and Yvonne, so that they'll know that we are all in. We're into their idea of this writing workshop, and that we want to hear more. I will do my best, not do my best. I will share. Oh, let's see. Let me get there. There's a Facebook group already. I guess I can just give you that if you want to bear with me. There's a Facebook group already that exists for the workshop retreat that's happening in February. No, December. I can't do two things, but that's no surprise. I can't do two things at one time. No surprise. Yes. Okay, Rashida's breaking it down clearly. 1 year. Yes. When you pick your business partner to do things, if they are an attorney, they will keep you in line. Okay? So know that. Rashida will keep everything in line. Ain't no year or so, lifetime access. No, indeed. We're getting this together. Okay, so the group was called, I said I was going to give you the link. I don't even know what the group was called. How can you find all the groups that you're in? Because it should be just the most recent group. bear with me for 1 minute because I do want to send you this. That way I don't have to look for it later and figure out how to tell you about it down the road. Bear with me, y'all. I want to find all of my groups. Groups, 5 new. I'm in a lot of groups. New for you. Oh, that's new posts. I want new groups. No, 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 no. All right, let's go with a different method of looking this. Here it is. San Miguel de Allende, work. San Miguel de Allende, writing, work, and play getaway. All right. Before I share the link to this group, as far as I know, this group is for Black women, writers only, or who want to be writers. You don't have to prove that you're a writer. If you say you're a writer, you're a writer. But as far as I know, Black women writers only. Okay? So, especially replay, when the replay comes around, please don't, thank you. Rashida just texted it to me. Thank you. I think I just found it. Please don't get in the group acting up and don't, okay, so that's the link. So you're going to have to, I'll put the link in the description later for the replay people. Yeah, don't get in the group. Don't request to join the group if you know you're not a Black woman or if you know you're not interested in going to San Miguel de Allende, Mexico, December 28th through January 4th. Okay, this is what that's for. This is not for you to come in and share your flat tummy tea. All right. This is for that express purpose only. It's called San Miguel de Allende Getaway. San Miguel de Allende, writing, work, and play getaway. Okay? That's the group. Okay? So if you want more info, join the group. I don't know that I was supposed to announce that out now that I think about it. I can't see the harm. We're friends here. But I don't know. If they don't let you in, I'm sorry. I did my best. Christine, yes. Go to Exodus. Yes, you still have to register. If you didn't attend, you still have to register. ExodusHomecoming.com. Yes, replays are there. Yes, watch the replays. Whether you were there or not, watch the replays. If you've already registered, go to ExodusHomecoming.com/login. Log in and get started. Come. Okay, so see, Case, I don't know. This is a question for them because I think it's going to be writing time. We're going to have writing time. They're not doing workshops, I don't think. But if you want to just hang out with other Black women who write, I don't see the harm in being there. And maybe you'll be working on the next, right? Some new ideas, at least, for the next. Okay. All right. Okay, so is that it? Is that all we came to talk about today? We talked about how wonderful the summit was and why everyone should go and watch the replays. We talked about what changes I am making effective immediately because of the summit, because of the speakers, right? Even Stephanie Perry, the experienced long-term traveler, right? The house sitter bop around person was changed by these sessions. I can't imagine you sitting through these sessions and not coming away with a plan or a new plan. Okay? Get your plan together and then remember the main takeaways that I said that these women had. They all formulated an idea, right? They at least stated, I want to do this thing. Even if they weren't clear on, I want to move abroad or do I want to take a sabbatical, they know I want to make this change. They got themselves a community. I recommend the Exodus Facebook group, okay? So if you're looking for a community of Black women who are on this same path, I recommend the Exodus Summit Facebook group, okay? You can join that at exodussummit.com/community. They all got a community of women on their side. That don't look right. Okay? If you go to Facebook, you could just look up Exodus Summit group. Or you can go to exodussummit.com/community. Okay? They all got a community and got their community to push them when they were afraid. They still took action when they were afraid. And that's number 3. They all took action. All of them had fear around something. All of them had some unknowns, some question marks, and all of them took action. So I'm recommending the Exodus Summit Facebook group to you as a community, but remember that Tiffany and Letitia talked very specifically about how From Burnout to Bliss is the reason that they're on their sabbatical. Letitia, I'm spoiling things. Okay. Letitia was in Rashida's group coaching program From Burnout to Bliss. Rashida told her I'm spoiling more things. Rashida told her, go look at your employee handbook and see what they offer. Letitia found out from looking at her employee handbook that they offered a leave of absence for any reason. Leave of absence. So Letitia got herself a leave of absence and was able to use her sick time to pay herself during the leave of absence. So she had a paid leave of absence. Okay? This is what coaching does. Coaching helps you come up with solutions to problems that you didn't know had a solution. Okay? So From Burnout to Bliss is open to you. It's open to you now. If you have the accelerated program, look at your bonuses email so that you can use that link. Okay, if you did not register for the accelerated program, this is the link, FromBurnoutToBliss.co, FromBurnoutToBliss.co. This is coaching that is going to get your plan together. Okay, so if you've left the summit with 6 areas, right? I need to figure out the accommodation where I'm going. I need to figure out what to do with my home. I need to figure out how to leave this job, right? I need to figure out the savings. I need to figure out how much it's going to cost me in a new place. I need to figure out insurance and the details, insurance and phone and stuff, right? You have these 6 things on your list and you might feel a little overwhelmed. Get a coach. Okay? Get a coach. From Burnout to Bliss exists for you. Okay? Get a coach. Get someone who has done it, not only herself, but has walked other women through it. Nothing's going to slip through the cracks if you're concerned that something might slip through the cracks. Nothing is going to slip through the cracks when you have this coach here who is going to walk you through these steps. If you think your leave, your sabbatical, your exodus, if you think that is going to be within the next month or 2, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if this is going to work for you, right? But if you're talking 3 months down the road, a year down the road, 2 years down the road, get a coach. I recommend Rashida, okay? I recommend From Burnout to Bliss to you. These women in the sessions talked very extensively about how that coaching made this possible for them, right? How until they had coaching, it was an idea. And then From Burnout to Bliss turned their idea into an actual plan on paper that they are executing, that they are living out, okay? Again, these are not women who have some extraordinary advantage over you. No. Okay, they're women who got a coach. They're women who got a coach. Okay, so that is From Burnout to Bliss. That is where you are going to learn, it's like sabbatical lessons. This is where you're going to get your sabbatical, your expat lessons. Okay. All right. So we've talked. So I'm doing a recap, and okay. So this is what we've talked about today. We've talked about what we learned, what I learned, what you learned during the summit. We've talked about how you can get the replays of the summit if you weren't there, or even if you were there. We talked about YouTube, right? We talked about YouTube things. Every year, this is our 2nd year of doing a summit, and every year after the summit, I'm like, yep, we just need to talk a little more about money, all right? A little bit more about how to afford this new life. No doubt that there's no question that I think YouTube is a piece of this pie, especially if you think that you want to shift into offering a product or service of your own. You want to shift away from a traditional job and shift into offering your own product or service on the internet. I think that you should be on YouTube. And I help you do it. So join the challenge, okay? The challenge is a 5-day challenge, October 18th through 22nd. Vicarious.com/challenge. It's not free because I've done free challenges and I get people who are like, it's okay if I don't show up. It's okay if I don't do it. With a YouTube challenge, like you've got to put a YouTube video up by the end of the challenge. And so I need to make sure that if you register, I feel like $27 is enough for you to be like, I'm going to do it. That is a vote with your wallet that says, I'm going to do it. If after this challenge I find that $27 was not enough to convince people to actually follow through, the next time it's going to be more. Believe that. It's going to be more, right? I'm going to charge because I want to make sure that you're in. Okay? I want to make sure that you're in. There's an amount where you'll say, I'm going to do it, even if I'm afraid. I don't know. Actually, now I think about it, you need two things, right? So you need a financial commitment, and you just need to see other people doing it. Once you see other people in the challenge doing it, putting their videos up, it becomes easier to put your own up. Before we leave, hello, my life and sister locks. Before we leave, please share with us how your life has changed since you left your job. Who were you before and who are you now? Girl, do we have the time? I am a different person. So who's here besides my mom? Who's here that could attest to this? So I am just a different person. I've worked a lot of jobs. Okay, so I've done a lot of different things, but I never had a job where I actually liked the work that I did. My job was always a job to get to the job, right? So wake up in the morning. I would wake up either in the morning or in the evening because I've worked night shift. Right before I quit, I worked night shift. Wake up upset that I even woke up. Right? Having that feeling like, oh my God, it's another day. Like regretting that I even woke up that day. My day would start with regret, and it would not go anywhere uphill from there. I worked at a hospital pharmacy. I worked night shift. I worked with women mostly, and I liked my coworkers. So I liked the tasks. My job was to sit in a room and make IVs all night. And I usually sat in a clean room in the hood by myself. But I liked the tasks of my job, but I didn't like anything else. If I wanted to take any vacation, which I had earned as an employee, I had to beg and plead and kick and scream and convince other people to work for me. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to Brazil for this week. No, it wasn't like that. And I loved travel. I've always enjoyed traveling. But I just couldn't live. My job wouldn't let me live. I was sad, Stephanie. I always say that. I was sad, Stephanie. I just was living to get to vacation. And for me, vacation was a week. I wasn't taking 2 and 3 and 4 week vacations. For me, vacation at most was a week, mostly solo. And I would just go back to work and live and count down until the next vacation. And that was my whole life. Basically, my life in a nutshell was counting down to my next vacation. Yeah, I can't think, there was not a whole lot. I felt like I had missed out on the good things in life. I would count down. So if you listen to Linda Husser's, rewatch Linda Husser's session, we were in very similar places where I felt like I had missed every opportunity. Yeah, I wasn't married. I didn't have children. I wanted and still want children. And so my day, when I had time to just think about things, all I would think about was what I didn't have and how unhappy I was and how there was no possibility to get those things. I was only 41, but I thought this is my life for the next, I'm going to live, I'm going to repeat this day, this week, this month. I'm going to repeat that from 40 to 65. No other option. I'm going to repeat this day of waking up with regret, going to a job that, I like my friends. I did have work friends. I don't care what y'all say. They were my friends. And I don't know. Sometimes I see Shannon here and Arnisha. Go to job with my friends, and then I'm going to come home and I'm going to think about all of the things that I don't have in my life. And I'm going to repeat that every day. And I used to pull out my calculator and calculate how many times do I have to live this day, every day, until I turn 65 and I can retire. That was me. That was that was everything. That was it. And then some things happened. I went to Brazil, and some millennials, some younger people were like, you can quit your job and travel on a budget and then just go back and get your job back. And then that happened. Plus, I went on vacation with my mom and dad right after she retired. And I got to see what it was like to try to live out your travel dreams at 65. And I was like, oh, let's try a different way. Let's see what these people on the internet are talking about. Thankfully, the internet existed, and there were people on YouTube talking about Sam and Audrey were probably some of the first YouTubers that I used to watch. Sam and Audrey and Psycho Traveler, very young, very white YouTubers were making videos about how they were bopping around on a small budget. And that changed everything. I quit my job to travel for a year. I knew I wasn't going to come back to the same life. I knew I wasn't coming back to work in a pharmacy. I sold my car. Like I knew I wanted to come back, and I was thinking about moving to Chicago, to a place where I could live and have no car. That was my main goal. Go back to a life with start a new life with no car. I was looking at pharmacy tech jobs and, around the country. Well, no, I made it sound like I was actually doing job searches, but I had done maybe 10 minutes of job searching in that period. So I thought I was going to come back to Delaware and then start a new life somewhere else. But by the time the year ended, I traveled around Southeast Asia and Australia and a little bit of Europe, and I came back. By the time that ended, I was like, there is another way. I have seen all these people in all these parts of the world who have a life at my age or younger that's not committed to work. Like, these people are going to dinner at 8 p.m. and they're sitting in this restaurant until 10:30 at night with their family and their friends. They're the Germans, like German travelers alone will open up your eyes to a lot of things. They're like, oh, yeah, I have 3 months off. Not, I quit my job. Yeah, I have 3 months off. I'm going back to work in September. Right. So I had an eye opener after eye opener after eye opener that told me that there was a different way to do things. And then I just started exploring, how can I do things differently? So I came back, I got a pharmacy tech job for 3 months, stacked up a couple paychecks, and left again. And then I was like, I'm going to figure out a way. That's when I started using my skill set to make money on the internet. I couldn't, there's no pharmacy tech internet business that I know of, except for teaching people how to pass the exam, which I did consider. So I became a virtual assistant. I can write well. I can organize things if I need to. Organization is not my strength, but it's something I can do for people in short bursts. So I became a virtual assistant. I took my skills and helped other people in their businesses. And that was my first, plus house sitting. Virtual assistant plus house sitting is how I was able to get out into the world. Plus my parents giving me money every holiday. I really did live I went from living from paycheck to paycheck to from holiday to holiday. I'm like, Mom and Dad, I know they're going to give me money for my birthday, which is in July. I know they're going to give me money for Christmas. My mom sometimes gives me Valentine's Day money because that's the kind of mom she is. So I used to live from holiday to holiday, right? And between my VA business and my and house sitting and my parents helping me, I gave up the job life. Which meant for me that I got to explore, what am I really into? And I found some things that I'm really into. I'm really into learning things and then sharing them with you on the internet. I'm really into YouTube. I didn't know that. I didn't know I was going to like this. I didn't know that. It never even occurred to me before to have a YouTube channel. I didn't think about having a YouTube channel until after I'd already taken the sabbatical. Yeah, so I learned a new part of myself, or I met a new part of myself. I met Stephanie, who likes to talk to people and learn something and then share it. And I tell you guys all the time, find something you like, do it, and then share it with other people. That's the key to happiness. I think that's the key. That's been the key to my happiness. Learning something new, doing it, and then sharing it with you, which is why I share house sitting with you, which is why I share YouTube stuff with you, which is why I share sabbatical stuff and move abroad stuff with you. I think that's the key. So the difference before and after, I am a different person. I am. I remember those feelings. I'm not saying like, oh, who can remember? Right. I remember that. I remember sitting on the sofa, wake up, because I work nights and I would just sleep on the sofa. I wouldn't even walk up to the bed, which was on the next floor. I would just sleep on the sofa, wake up on the sofa, look at the phone. It's another day, right? I went from that to waking up alive. I feel alive. I feel like we're operating in a purpose. I don't know that there's one purpose. I think we all have the same purpose, right? But I feel like I'm operating within a purpose or a mission. I'm part of a movement. I know that. Like, this is a movement. And we, me, Rashida, Wanda, Adelia, all of us are part, Krishan, we're part of a movement. I'm glad to be part of that. But mostly I just feel like I'm living now. And I was definitely not living before. Long answer, but thank you for asking that question. I think when you see someone doing something, you think that they were always that person, but I was not this person. I promise you, I was not this person. I didn't talk to strangers. I used to, like, at jobs, it was notorious that you were not to ask me questions. Like, that was a thing. At the bank, my job was, I wasn't the facilitator. I don't remember what my title was, but I had at the bank. My job was, it was a credit card issuer. We were in a, we were credit analysts. And part of my job was to help the new people transition into, doing this work. They were mostly kids out of college. And I had a cup. They put a cup on my desk, Stephanie's question cup, and you had to pay me a nickel or a quarter to ask me a question. That's how much it was known. They were like, okay, I know I don't want to bother you, but here's a nickel. The question cup. And Kurt, who sat across from me, he was always, I'm like, Kurt, put some money in the cup. Leave me alone or put money in the cup. You could not ask me questions. I did not talk to strangers. I had a good time. I did, like, so at every job, I've always been able to carve out time to have a good time. So I did talk a lot, but I was not happy, right? So I did talk and play a lot, but we went to happy hour. So at that particular job, our job was to lower people's credit lines on the phone. And so we got drunk together every night after work. It was a difficult job. The employer was fine. Barclays, I think, paid us fine and compensated us fine. But the job itself was hard. And so every night after work, we would go to happy hour. We got drunk together every night. Me and Dan, sometimes Dina had a boyfriend and she wouldn't join us. And Vandekar, my good friend, Jeff Vandekar, like, we would go out and get drunk every night together just to be able to decompress and prepare for the next day, right? I've never had a job, or I've never done work before. And I worked for I worked for a church. I was a church administrator one time. Even that was not a good experience. I've never done work before where I felt I cannot wait to get started. This is the first time in my life that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get started, right? I got one-on-one calls. Even before one-on-one calls, I have to put on eyebrows and, look a little presentable and stuff. And so there's some effort required to get ready, but man, I love them. I love them. And after a one-on-one call, you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. I know I've changed her life. I know it. I know it. I can't tell you what that feels like. You have to see it for yourself. It feels like this. Whatever this looks like, that's how it feels. Okay, so I've been going. Y'all see, I love to talk. I've always been a talker, though. Okay. Yes. Okay, so this is, I don't think, like I said, I don't think I'm uncommon. I'm a regular Black woman, right? I don't feel like I'm uncommon. I don't, right? I just think that maybe I was a little ahead of the game. Because those two kids in Brazil were like, you can quit your job. I think I just listened. I was just a little bit ahead of the game. I'm not anything. I'm you, right? We're the same experiences. So you're looking at the future for you, I guess, is what I'm saying. You're looking at your future once you make that change. Curacao will be calling you like it's calling me. Pat Snow, the summit was a push I needed. I've always been looking at my number. And it's scary, but I'm more determined to live out my life in a way that makes me happy, period. Making fear my friend. Yes, Mike Tyson used to say that. Fear is my friend. Yeah, if I don't have fear, I don't fight. That's what he used to say. Yeah, we are not Team Fearless over here. We're not. If you wait until you don't feel fear, you're not going to get anything done. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Anything I've ever done in my life that I look back and feel good about, I did it afraid. Yeah. Right? Fear is your friend. Take it with you. Buckle it into the seatbelt with you. Kenya Rancy, Rashida's on, I think that's videos on Rashida's channel. We interviewed a woman named Kenya Rancy who did work exchanges in Spain, lived her life. She now lives, so after this experience, like I said, nobody takes one sabbatical. Kenya took some time away from work and went to Spain, lived on a farm with a chef, and did some work exchanges for the chef in exchange for free room and board. And she said she was afraid, and fear was in the car with her. She was like, well, I'm just going to buckle that fear into that seatbelt because we going together. Fear, take it with you. Do it afraid. It's okay. You're supposed to be afraid of new things. That's like our wiring. We're supposed to be afraid of new things because we don't know. Our bodies can't determine a new change from like a bobcat that's out to get us, right? Our body reacts the same whether it's a bobcat stalking us or like a move to Mexico. You're supposed to be afraid. Doesn't mean you don't do it. I bet if you look back on your life, you'll find the same. Everything that you've ever done, that you've ever actually done, you were afraid to do it the first time. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Colette says that. Yeah, we're the after. Yes. Yes. Okay. We say this. Don't look at us and celebrate us. No. Get here. Get here. Get here. That's the goal. That's the plan for you to get here. Yeah, we get complimented all the time about our like how happy we look and how we're glowing and all of that. Uh, but there's no secret to it. There's no mystery to it, right? No job glow. Rashida's sending me things. Thank you, Rashida. The no job glow. It's real, and you can get it. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to get. All right, so when you send me the link, Rashida, it sends me the thing. How can I just I just want the link. So this is something I don't know. When someone sends you a text message with a link, right, and it opens up the video instead of the actual link, how do you just get the link? Like, do I need to click on the video? I guess I need to click on the video. Kenya Rancy's video is really good because Kenya had, she did the work exchange. This is Kenya's video. Kenya did the work exchange in Spain. She met some kind of man who had her smiling when we talked about him. And now she lives in Japan, right? That was the jumping off point for something new. Now she lives in Japan, right? So watch her video. You're going to see, we have series of videos talking with Black women about their sabbaticals. This particular series is called 12 Days of Career Breaks, where we talk to 12 Black women who took some time away from work for one reason or another, whether they needed to for mental or physical health reasons, or they just wanted to, right? We talked to 12 Black women about it. A work exchange is basically volunteer work where you give something, you give your time and your work, and they give something. They give you room and board. Kenya did her work exchanges like I did through workaway.info. So watch her video if you're at all interested. She did hers in Spain. I think she picked fruit. I think she did manual labor. But there are work exchanges, there are nanny work exchanges, there are hostel work exchanges where you work in the hostel, like hotel work. There are cooking work exchanges. There are lots of language work exchanges where they want someone to come and teach English too, right? They may have a group of women sewers, seamstresses, and they want you to teach English to these women, or it might be kids, children, or whatever. A work exchange is where you do something in exchange for room and board. I've done nanny work. In Australia, I was a part-time nanny for a family. In exchange for free room and board, I got the kids up and dressed and ready for school. I made their breakfast, packed their lunches, and drove the carpool. In exchange for that, I got free room and board in Australia, which is an expensive place, with a good family. I know I say Australians are racist, but these people were not native Australians. She's Dutch and he's English slash uh, New Guinea. He was from England but raised in New Guinea. Yeah, so they're. I feel like I need to say that because I always talk bad about Australians, but they were not Australians. Yes, okay, so that was through Workaway, HelpX, Workaway, HelpX, Woof. There are work exchange sites out there where you do your thing in exchange for free room and board. Okay, thanks, Leroy, for that super chat. Thank you to everyone for your super chats. Let me make sure I acknowledge them. Shanna, hey. Love the networking and priceless info. Good. Mexico 12/20/21. That's soon. Good. Yeah, good. I hope you're in an accountability group with some other ladies. Okay. And I think this is the last one. Savvy Soldier. Oh no, Keisha. Hi, Keisha or Kisha. Keisha. Thank you very much for that super chat. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I haven't been acknowledging them. Let's see. Anisha. Thank you, Anisha. Viva Mexico. Thank you, Corinne. And I think, okay, and then Shelly and Lynette. So I did acknowledge yours. Thank you guys for these super chats. So we'll give them to our friends Yvonne and Kat for taking some time out to plan something for Black women writers. And I'm sorry if they don't let you in the group. I'm sorry. I don't know. Y'all know. I don't know. I don't know if I was supposed to share that out or not, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Just monitor yourselves. Seriously, if you're not interested, you'd be surprised how many people are not interested in writing or going to Mexico who will try to join the group. So I say again, please only join the group if you're interested in these things, okay? This is not for you to share your flat tummy tea or your whatever people are sharing nowadays. I feel like flat tummy tea was 4 years ago and I'm behind the times, but I don't know what people are sharing out on the internet now. All right. Junquette, my hubby and I worked on an organic flower farm in the middle of France. Wow, that's awesome. This is something that flower farms are a thing that I really did not know existed until I was way too old to have figured it out. Right? I'm from Delaware. I know farms exist, but the idea of a flower farm was totally new to me until probably like 3 years ago when Monique White, hello Monique, took me to the flower farm in the Netherlands. And I was like, oh, flower farm. Yes, flower farms exist. Just like there's a tomato, there's a corn field, there's a flower farm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Your question quarter. All right. Yeah, Turkey. With Turkey, as far as I know, Turkey is still on Easter 2022. Easter 2022 in Antalya, Turkey. I'm still planning on being there. I originally thought that I was going to go to Turkey this winter and hang out there all winter. And then I looked at the weather report and I realized Antalya gets cool. It doesn't get cold, but it does get cooler than I want. And the Caribbean really was like, girl, come. Welcome. Okay. So I'm probably not going to get to Turkey until April. I had originally planned to be there longer, but I probably won't get to Turkey until April. If you want to go earlier, our session from Exodus Homecoming with Leila, who is in Turkey, who got residency in Turkey, was wonderful. It did change some things. If you know, it did make, Turkey did fall down a notch or two on my list. So some of y'all were there and saw why. Laila's session, it's not that Turkey is off the list. It's still top 3. Turkey is still top 3, but it's no longer number 1 for a very specific reason, for something that Laila explained to me in the session. Wait, I see something that I need to, okay, can I repeat the link? Are you talking about the link for the Facebook? Let me find it. The link for the Facebook, I see Cash App. Thank you guys for that Cash App. I'll pass it on. Facebook. Let me find it. Okay, so this is the Facebook group for Black women writers who are interested in going on a writing retreat to San Miguel de Allende, Mexico, December 28th through 4th. It's not a workshop, right? This is just you are in San Miguel and we're going to sit together and we're going to write for X number of hours per day and probably have some drinks. I don't know if I'll be there for sure. It depends on how many COVID tests I feel like taking in December and January. Because I know I'm going to need to take one to go to, yeah, it depends. So because if I need to go from the US to Mexico and then back up to the US before I go to the Caribbean, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do it, right? But if I can get from Mexico to Curacao at a reasonable price without hitting the US again, I may be there. Okay, so I'm not committing to it, but it's likely that it's possible that I'll be there. All right. Okay, so things are winding down, I think. Yes. Oh, she crushed my dream. She crushed my dream. I'm still not exactly sure. So, like I said, that's not off the list, but it did fall down. Portugal is back up to number one, right? So I had replaced Portugal with Turkey even without going to Turkey. Portugal is back up to number one. I did Google it, and they both have the same average height for men. They both are like 162 centimeters or something like that. 5'9", I want to say, is the average height for a man. I'm 5'9". I'm down with that. But she crushed me. She did, and she said in northern Turkey, and she said she's gonna go to southern Turkey and report back. So I hope she gets good news. I hope we get a good report from her. All right. Okay, so I did that. I did that. Okay. Hello. Hey, this is my cousin Vicky. Hi, Victorine. Good morning. My mom, I think, is on her way to your house to pick up a hat. Maybe she didn't ask. My mom needs a hat to wear to a luncheon, please. And she might be on her way to pick up a hat from you. Because she bought herself a black dark hat. It's winter. It's too wintry, and it's a nice day. It's still a nice day, so she needs something else. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. We'll see. I need to go back. Australia link. The Australia link. I don't have an Australia link. Workaway. So workaway.info and helpx.net are the work exchanges. That might be what you're asking me for. Workaway.info, helpx.net. Okay. All right. Done. Okay. So we've covered everything that I had intended to cover and things that I had not intended to cover. Thank you. Oh, she's downstairs. Hi. Well, hang out for 1 second. I'll be down in 1 second. All right. We covered everything that we intended to cover. You now have links on where to go to do the next thing. So if you need to go to Exodus Homecoming and watch the replays, go to Exodus Homecoming. If you need coaching for your sabbatical or your move abroad, go to FromBurnoutToBliss.co. If you are ready to get a YouTube channel together, please go to vicarious.com/challenge. We're going to do a challenge together, 5-day challenge that is going to jumpstart things for your channel. If you want to house sit, go to housesit.vicarious.com/toolkit. Actually, let's see. Yeah, that's the link. It's a long link. housesit.vicarious.com/toolkit to get my house sitting toolkit. In that, you'll find the Trusted House Sitters affiliate link that gives me a commission when you join Trusted House Sitters using my link. It's not a discount. Trusted House Sitters has banished the discount. They're like, girl, COVID. Times are hard. Everybody's times are hard. So there's no discount. Full price for Trusted House Sitters. But if you use my link, they will give me a partial, like a commission, an affiliate payment. Okay, so I'll go back and add all of these links to the description. All right, so that they will be easier to find. So well, I gotta go say hi to Vicky. So I don't know, it'll be 30 minutes. But they're in the chat right now. So yeah, hopefully you clicked on it. Click on the link before I go, and open it up in another window. That way it's there. Let's see. From Burnout to Bliss is here. Click on it. Click it. Let's see. Do I need to copy and paste, or can you see that? Let's see. Is that something you can click on? Let's see. Let me add a new one. Okay, so I'm going to add, because I don't know. Just because I put it on the screen doesn't mean it's clickable. I'm finally figuring that out. Okay, so this is the YouTube challenge. Click on that link if you want to join us. All right. So I shared From Burnout to Bliss. Did I just wait? What am I sharing? From Burnout to, okay, so you have the From Burnout to Bliss link, and now I need to share the YouTube challenge link one more time, right? Or did I just, am I doing this backwards? Boom. Okay, now I'm gonna share the YouTube challenge link. That way, just click on it now. It'll open in a new window, but it's youtube.com/vicarious, okay? And then again, the link to the summit is at the top. It's already pinned. And then the Facebook link, just go, it'll be back here, or just go to San Miguel de Allende writing. It's really long. Okay, let me find that one more time. It's really long. How do I copy that? I don't know. I just did something weird. I don't know. I can't copy it. I don't know. I done my best. We'll talk about it again. It's not until December, so we'll talk about it again. And you know how the community tab, it'll be on my channel. It'll be places. Okay. It'll be places. I did something to my screen. I don't even know if y'all are still here. Back to live mode. Okay. I don't know. I had done something. I don't think y'all, I think I dropped y'all for a little bit, but I think I'm back. Okay. I don't know what happened. Let me get to the bottom of this. Okay. All right. So that's it. All right. I gotta go say hi to Vicky. All right. I'll talk and see my mom in a hat. Okay. So honestly, next Saturday, I don't know, because I had originally thought we were going to take all of October off, but I feel good. So I think we'll talk next Saturday. We may talk some business stuff. We may talk some taking your skill set away from your employer. We may talk that a little bit next Saturday. Okay. Okay. I'm not cat. I'm not fooling with y'all. I'm not fooling with y'all. I gotta go. Thanks for hanging out, friends. Thank you again for the super chat money, which we will share. And thank you also for being good to each other and taking care of each other in the chat and answering questions that I can't answer. I'll see you again. And yeah, I'll see you next Saturday. Bye.